Hi, I'm Tammy Greenberg, Senior Vice President, Business Development at RAB, and welcome to the Radio on Main Street podcast. The 2025 ANA Masters of Marketing Conference in Orlando, Florida was filled with insights and an understanding of the influence that AI, data, and human creativity are contributing to marketing results. As Team RAB had the opportunity to share the power of radio with more than 3,000 brand marketers, we also seized the moment to record some truly insightful conversations with fun and inspiring brands. This week's episode is just one of those. RAB's President and CEO Mike Hulvey sits down with Susan Finnegan, Senior Director of Data Product Management at Margaritaville at Sea, the cruise line extension of one of the most iconic lifestyle brands in the world. After more than a decade in marketing technology roles at Walt Disney and SeaWorld, Susan brings her expertise to a company that's built on music. It's built on escape, and it's built on joy. And yes, a whole lot of brand storytelling throughout the power of sound.
It is Radio on Main Street at the ANA. Hi, I'm Mike Hulvey, and we're going to have fun for about the next 20 minutes. Why do I know this? I just have a feeling. Susan, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself to our audience, and then we're going to dive in about the fun company that you work for.
Absolutely. So my name's Susan Finnegan. I'm Senior Director of Data Product Management at Margaritaville at Sea, which is Margaritaville's cruise line. I just started October 1st, so brand spanking new to the company. I spent the last 12 years working in marketing technology, spent 11 years at the Walt Disney Company. I spent 18 months with United Parks and Resorts at SeaWorld, and now have joined Margaritaville at Sea.
So what's the application process like for these kinds of jobs? I mean, you have this great energy and aura about you. All of the companies that you just laid out have very similar, fun, family, engagement. There's all these things. So what's that process like?
I actually applied to the Walt Disney Company 58 times before I got hired on.
Persistent, aren't
Yes, as a full-time cast member. It was a long time a dream for me. My dad was at opening day of Disneyland in 1955.
Wow.
My parents owned and operated a video rental store as a kid, so Disney movies and content was a big part of growing up, and always wanted to work there. I got to live the dream. I started out in their sales division, running their CRM platforms, and then moved over to marketing, got my master's degree in marketing, and was doing both campaign delivery and platform integration until I left early last year.
Well, so now you've joined Margaritaville at Sea.
Yes.
So fun and water. I'll give you a chance here to pitch, and then we're going to talk some marketing.
Sure. So Margaritaville started their cruise line a couple years ago. They had acquired Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line and rebranded the ships Margaritaville, got a 5 o'clock somewhere and a cheeseburger in paradise on board. Great crew, great level of service and fun, and they currently take out of West Palm Beach on shorter cruises to the Bahamas, and out of Tampa they do longer cruises to Mexico. On the Islander, we'll be launching our third ship in 2027 out of Port Miami, the Beachcomber.
So you have to be a people person and enjoy fun and engagement just to be involved in this, I imagine.
Yes, absolutely. And it's all part of the credo of the company to have fun, to love your job, and put everything into it. So that's what we do.
Well, let's talk about marketing this amazing opportunity and fun. What are the approaches that you lean in on?
As a fairly new company to the Margarita brand umbrella, we're doing a lot of things and learning as we go. So we're kind of in our infancy. We're doing all the things that you start out doing as a startup. Everybody's kind of got all their hands in. We're trying to reach customers as much as we can, integrate our website, integrate our social media, and all of our data points, and make those decisions and keep the business moving forward.
So you've been on board for less than a month as we record this. You're still going through orientation.
Yeah, pretty much. But again, because of the nature of how new the brand is, how everything is starting up, you just jump in and you just start helping out right away and do as much as you can.
Well, we are the RAB. and broadcast radio and audio, the audio leader, and we touch audiences in so many ways. What's been your experience with audio?
So one of the things that I've just started experiencing, because like I listen to podcasts, I have a lot of normal people I follow. Like one of my favorite podcasts right now is Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like I love listening. You want to feel dumb for an hour, listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk. But I have started actually listening to Radio Margaritaville and on Sirius XM, and it's really awesome to me to see how much Jimmy Buffett was doing in COVID and these live concerts, both in person and streaming through Sirius XM, and we have all of his music on board on the ships and promote Margaritaville as this kind of state of mind. You know, Margaritaville can be anywhere; it can be with you all the time. So we love that aspect of the audio and music.
You can't think of your brand without music.
Yes.
Which clearly is central to what we all do each and every day in our markets across the country. But it very much is connected, because it's the song, not the song, the songs, and the music and the experience that you have.
Yep.
Probably each and every day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody feels those things when you think about, you know, like Margaritaville or Cheeseburger in Paradise or Volcano or Fins Up, or, you know, all of the music that comes to mind when you think of Jimmy Buffett. Everybody feels that kind of relaxed attitude and being on vacation, and so it's important to us. And the music plays throughout the whole ship, and, you know, the whole time you're there.
How has AI impacted what you do and how you've done it?
Probably not as much. It's more, AI has been a great tool for productivity as far as doing those day-to-day things that you were normally doing manually. You know, think about, I need to get this communication out quickly. You need help drafting things or thinking through decision points and things like that. I think that's been more of the AI application for us. As we get more mature, we'll have further applications for it.
So where's your company going? Again, I mean, as you say, it's a startup. It's not the company. It's it's this very specific cruising.
Line.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're launching our third ship the beginning of 2027. We want to grow and add more ships to the fleet and have more itineraries and options and opportunity for people to be on board with Margaritaville and enjoy those moments and have fun and time with their families and be on vacation and enjoy the time at sea.
What have you learned here at the ANA?
You know, the session that was this morning talking about kind of the global impact of computing. You know, I'm a technologist, and I've been in technology a long time. And, you know, looking at like the big three of chip makers, looking at the big five of cloud services, you know, understanding like there's some big implications to that when you think about, you know, Amazon Web Services was unavailable, you know, and the impact it can have on your business. So there's some information and risk you need to understand and learn there.
As a technologist, what are cues that you are paying attention to in the marketplace?
Outages.
Yeah. Right? Consistency, yeah.
Yeah, consistency. As a data product person, accuracy of data and understanding integrity of data and all of those things, it becomes really important, because as gaps and outages and things occur, you have to be able to maintain that consistency long term so that you understand how you're performing and you can look at that information over time and period over period of what you need to know, that what's working and what's not.
We've been asking guests during our podcast series here at ANA about looking ahead and not too far ahead, but in reality, from what you just indicated, if I ask you to look ahead 4 years, so it's 2030, what's the world look like to you in 2030, which is a long ways away now?
It feels like it, and 2030 will actually be the year that my youngest child graduates high school.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and my oldest child actually just got married, so like between now and 2030, I'll probably be a grandparent, having my youngest child graduate high school. I feel like there will be some balancing of technology and you're kind of seeing it now, where people are kind of deviating back to analog things. like radio, like those things. And I think you're going to see some of that pendulum swing back that way of people wanting to have some of that non-technical things, more of those interactions with people face to face. And I would be actually very interested to see that. I see it now with my 14-year-old. He will run out of the house and hang out with his friends in person, versus, just being online all the time. So.
Well, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely.
As it is. Well, Susan, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Appreciate your spirit.
Yeah.
You have a fun job in
Yes.
a fun company, even though you haven't completed your orientation yet. But we do appreciate you stopping by the Radio on Main Street podcast booth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
From Disney to SeaWorld to Margaritaville at sea, Susan reminds us that the most powerful brands aren't just bought, they're felt. Whether it's the soundtrack that defines a vacation, the voice that builds trust, or the data that helps guide smarter decisions, she reinforces that audio is more than a channel. It's a state of mind, an emotion, and a memory trigger that brands just can't afford to overlook. As technology continues to evolve, ships are going to continue to get bigger, and AI will continue to accelerate how we work. But as Susan aptly said, people will always crave connection. They're going to crave stories and the feeling that comes from hearing a familiar song or a trusted voice. And in that world, audio and radio will most certainly continue to matter.